Hey guys, today we're going to practice how we create values with colored pencils and crayons. What is value? Value is the light or dark of a color. So it could be light blue versus dark blue. I'm going to start by picking out a couple crayons. They can be any color you want, and we're just going to practice today. I'm going to start with my green, and I'm going to use my crayon and press as light as I can in one area and press as hard as I can in another area. So it gives you your lights and your darks. On the next try, I'm going to try and do light, medium, and dark. So on the light one, I'm barely pressing the paper, and on the darkest one, I'm pressing as hard as I can. And in the middle, I just press like normal. I'm going to take different colors and keep creating different values of different colors to see how many different values I can get from each color. My lights by barely pressing on the paper, my mediums by pressing a normal amount on the paper, and my darks by pressing as hard as I can with my crayon on the paper. I want to do it with a few different colors so I can see how the lights and the darks compare to each other. You're going to do the same thing on your paper, and I want you to fill the whole paper up with as many lights and darks as you can. Today we're going to be talking about value and how we use value in art. What is value? Value is the lightness or darkness of a color. How light can that color go versus how dark can it go, and how we create values. Now when we paint, we can create values by adding white to a color to make it lighter, or adding black to a color or its complementary to make the color darker. But we're going to practice using markers and colored pencils and see how we can create values just with those without mixing white or black to our colors. Now the easiest way to create value when drawing, especially with a normal graphite pencil or with a colored pencil, is to create different pressures. The lighter you press, the lighter your color will be, and the more pressure you put on your pencil to the paper, the darker and more vibrant your color will be. It will never get as dark as it could be since we are not mixing black into it, but I can get the darkest green I can by pressing as hard as I can with my pencil onto my paper. You can see the range I get just from my green by pressing lightly versus darkly and every color in between. I'm going to practice this a few times with a few different colors so you can see the range of colors and how many values you can get just with one colored pencil and different pressures. Now I've shown you how to make values using colored pencils. You can also create values using markers or a Sharpie, and it has to do less with the pressure and more with how you put your lines or dots together. We call them hatching or cross hatching. So I'm going to start cross hatching with my purple marker. You can see each little mark I do, my lines are getting closer together, so it creates a darker color. The further apart my lines are, the lighter that patch of color is. So cross-hatching is one way to create value, and it also gives it a texture. This is an easy way to create value when using markers or Sharpies. So with cross-hatching, you can do that in any different way with many different colors. You can also do hatching, which is just lines in one direction versus crisscrossing them. So with my blue, I'm going to create some value by either having my lines further apart versus very close together, and you can see how it goes from light to dark. On the last one I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to do what we call stippling. Stippling is just using your marker to create dots. The further apart your dots are, the lighter your color is going to look. So each little section, I'm going to make my dots closer together to make the area look darker. As I finish up, I've got a lot of different types of ways to create value. With colored pencils, by creating pressure, or with markers or Sharpies, by using different techniques to make your lines or dots further or closer apart to create the illusion of value. I want you to fill your paper up with all different types of value practice and have fun seeing which one you like the best.